Okay, Max Beyond, and there we go. I don't know why my mouth's not moving. Oh, jeez. Hold on one sec. Let me. While I get that fixed up. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome back. I am back again with another podcast episode. Saying my mouth is moving, so let me go to settings. Yeah, it should be picking it up. Okay, there it goes. I think. Okay. But hello everyone, hello, hello. Welcome to another podcast episode of a little anime podcast where we talk about anything anime related, games, movies, or shows. I hope everyone had a great week. Well, 2 weeks. Yeah, sorry about that. I hope me getting the schedule mixed up. Thought I had last Sunday off to do the podcast, but didn't. So we're doing it today. So the plan is to do our usual podcast episode, and then later tonight I'll be back on, continuing on with Batman Arkham Asylum. So we'll be saving that for later tonight. So today it's just podcasts. Usually since our podcast episodes run kind of short, I mean, unless I'm discussing like a really long anime, kind of like what we're doing here, I won't go over all the fairy tale. 'Cause I kind of want to split it up into different parts. So I say I'll cover like the first half, like yeah, about a good first half of fairy tale. Then I'll cover the second half, and then the last, and then maybe we'll go and we'll do the 1,000 year quest that's currently airing right now. So, and I've realized this is something we haven't done in a minute. Let me go here. I thought maybe we go back here to triviacreator.com and do an anime quiz before we jump straight into the podcast episode. So this one is guessing the anime by the title in Japanese. So it's just seeing if you recognize any of them without maybe the English titles or English words. So this would be fun. Let's do this. And then, depending on how long our podcast episode is, I did have a tier list that we could do, just to maybe make the podcast a little bit longer, you know. We are going to do one next week. We'll be talking about Vampire Night, and we'll be doing like, my first hand cam, just, like, discussing, like, candy and Halloween candy and all that. So, before any of that, let's actually do this. What's the name of this anime? Oh, so I gotta type it out. Attack on Titan. Yep. This is. Oh, what is this? I don't think I've seen this. I don't know what this is. Something with an R. I don't think I've seen this. I guess we'll see at the end what this anime is. This title doesn't look familiar to me. Oh, that was called Yes? Oh, that looks different. Oh, I thought called DS title was something else. I want to say is this Gurren Lagann? Oh no, this is Ava. That's Jujutsu Kaisen or JJK. Oh, really? So I had to type out the whole word. That's Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer. Yep. This looks like a movie. This From Me to You? Your Name. Okay. What is this? It doesn't look familiar either. No, I was gonna say Steins Gate, but I think Steins Gate's title looks different. I don't know what this is. This is pretty though. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, Your Lie in April. I don't know what this is either. I thought maybe I'd know these, but now I'm not remembering any of these. I don't know what this is either. I'm doing really bad on this. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Dang it! How did I not remember that? Is this Gurren Lagann? Okay, so that one was Gurren Lagann. Okay. Is this High Q? This looks like High Q. High Q. I think I spelled that wrong. Okay, I did, but I was right. And that's Sword Art Online. Sword Art. Oop. Online. Yep. Oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't think I've seen this one either. This logo doesn't look familiar at all. I guess we'll see in 5 seconds what this is. Oh, is that Kentama? Oh. Okay, I do know this. This is Toradora. Toradora. Yeah. Oh, what is this? I was gonna say Lucky Star, but that doesn't look like Lucky Star. I don't recognize this one either. Okay, I've got 3 seconds. I guess it'll show me what it is. What is this? Oh, Marika! Oh! It's been a minute since I've seen that. This is My Hero Academia. Spelling that wrong. There we go. Speaking of, they announced that the final season's coming out next year. This looks familiar. What is this? What logo is this? Oh, I'm gonna kick myself. This looks so familiar, but the name is eluding me. Fudge. What is this one? Oh, Friend. Oh. I haven't watched that yet. I'm planning to. Is this a new anime? I don't remember this one either. Kind of looks like that new anime that's supposed to be out. Something. I guess I'll see what the title is. Oh, that's Tokyo Ghoul? I thought Tokyo Ghoul was different. I want to say Fruits Basket? Kind of looks like the new one. Oh no. Oh, that's easy. This is Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho 100. Yeah, I spelled that wrong, but that's fine. I don't know what this is either. I don't know what this is. Oh, Chainsaw Man. I haven't seen that yet. I need to watch that. This looks like... Is this No Game, No Life? No Game, No Life. It looks like it. Oh, I was right. I haven't even watched that. Oh, is this that card game one? Chifuya? I don't know how to pronounce it. Something like that? I don't remember how you spell it. Oh no, that was Bunny Girl Senpai. Oh, this is easy. This is Black Clover. Black Clover. Yep. Oh, wait. Oh, fudge. What's this one? This one looks familiar too. What is this one? I feel like I just saw this too. What is this? Oh, I can't remember. My memory. Come on. What is it? Oh, Konosuba. That's what. Duh. It's Konosuba. I don't know this one either. This doesn't even look remotely familiar. Maybe it's an anime I haven't watched yet. It'd be interesting if it is. I don't remember anyone's intro or anything looking like this with that name title. What is this? Oh, Made in Abyss. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Oh, this is easy. This is JoJo. Oops. JoJo. Bizarre Adventure. Yep. So JoJo's what I want to. Why does this look like Kaguya-sama? Is this Love is War? Ha! I was right. Okay. This is, I think, Kill a Kill? Kill a Kill. Oh, I was right. Oh, what is this? Wasn't the it's not ringing any bells either. I don't know what this is. Oh, is that was Horimiya? Why does that look different? Oh wait. I think I just saw this. Fudge, what is this? Is this no, is this Mutuga Tensei? Mushoku. I don't know how to spell. Oh, it was! I was like, why does that look familiar? What is this? I'm gonna guess Corpse Party? That doesn't look like... I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh no, it's Parasite. I want to say this is a Kame ga Kill? Kame ga Kill. Oh, no, that was Noragami? Hey, whose title will look like this? Is that Chew For You game one? I haven't seen that anime. I think I've heard it's okay. But I haven't, if that is this. Oh, Anohana. No, I haven't watched that. What is this? I don't know what this is. I'm doing so bad on this. Some I'm remembering, some I don't. Oh, Promised Neverland. Oh, jeez. Oh, hello, Mio Stick. I'm just doing this quick little quiz before we do our podcast episode. I think this is Darling in the Franxx. Darling in the Franxx. If I'm remembering correctly. Ooh, yes, I was right. I was gonna say Soul Eater, but I'm like, no, Soul Eater looks different. And their logo was more like black and red. What is this? What anime is this supposed to be from? Well, I guess we'll see in 1 second. Oh, Tommy got reincarnated as a slime. I'm so getting these wrong. I see a 2. I'm trying to remember what anime has like a 2 in their title. It could be a movie too. I don't think, was there? Oh, Future Diary. Okay, this one. This is easy. This is High School DxD. High School DxD. Oh, this looks familiar, but I'm not blanking. What anime is this? Oh, Guilty. Oh, I haven't seen Guilty Crown in so long. Okay, I think this one is a Kame ga Kill. Yes. Oh, this is Oshinoko. Oshinoko. Toho. I think that's how you spell it? Yep. Oh, this is Tokyo Revengers, I think. I do wonder if they're ever gonna bring this back. Yeah, Tokyo Revengers. Oh, this is Food Wars. Food Wars. Oh, this is easy. This is Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho. Ooh, and I spelled it right. I always used to spell it wrong. Okay, this is clearly a romance anime, but which one? Ooh, excuse me, I had to cough. It's not coming into my mind. I don't know what this is. Oh, My Dressed Up Darling. Okay, now this was Fruits Basket, the new one. Yep. Why does this look like... This is probably a shot in the dark. Is this a Lou in the Sea? I think that anime is called. Oh, Grand Blue. I haven't seen that. Oh, and this is actually... I just finished watching the second episode that just came out. This is Ranma 1/2. Oh, this one's easy too. I think the new season just came out for this too. This is Blue Exorcist. This looks familiar too, but I'm not sure why. Don't remember what anime looks like this. Or title would have like these colors here. I guess we'll see. What is... Oh, that was the quintessential quintuplets? Oh, man. Guess I got that one right. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, this is for the second season. That's why the R was throwing me off. I was like, I don't remember Code Geass things looking like this. But no, the second season was called Code Geass R. I mean, at least like the title. Yeah. Got that one wrong. That was Ava. I got that right, but I just didn't spell it out. Got Demon Slayer. I got that confused. That was Your Name. Your Lion April. Cowboy Bebop. Got that one right. That was Gurren Lagann. I got that one right, but I spelled it wrong. That was Haikyuu. Sword Art Online. Gintama. Toradora. Madoka. My Hero Academia. Farin. Tokyo Ghoul. Monogatari series. Mob Psycho 100. Chainsaw Man. No Game No Life. I thought that was that Shifuyu card game thing, but no, that was Bunny Girl Senpai. Black Clover. Konosuba. Maiden Abyss. JoJo's. Kaguya-sama. Kill la Kill. Horimiya. I don't remember the title ever looking like that with this background. Cause I love Horimiya. I got this one right, but I couldn't spell it. Like, spelling it out was like eluding me by it. It was like, this looks like Motoku Tensei, and it was. I thought this was quite a bit. It was Parasite. This was Noragami. This was Onohana. Promised Neverland. Darling in the Franxx. Tama got reincarnated as Slime. Future Diary. High School DxD. Guilty Crown. This one was a Kame Got Killed. Oshinoko. Tokyo Revengers. Food Wars. Yu Yu Hakusho. My Dressed Up Darling. Fruits Basket. Grand Blue. Ranma 1/2. Blue Exorcist. And the quintessential quintuplets. Oh, you know, that should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I see it. Like, that would indicate them in their color scheme. But no, that was interesting. There's a lot more that I didn't recognize without like the English wording. So, and some I was able to recognize right away. So that was interesting. Let's see. Where are we? Let's see. Maybe we could do a quick one. And then we'll jump into the podcast. Let's do anime. Mm-mm-mm. Trying to find one. It's not so long. I would do that, but it says and manga, so it probably has spoilers. I mean, we are into the final arc. We're in the final arc for a lot of animes. I think Black Clover is in its final arc. Oshinoko is in its final, like, last few chapters. My Hero's done, and we just got announced that the final season's supposed to be coming out next year. What else? There are just so many other animes. Either the manga's finishing or the anime's finishing. Do you know who voiced these characters? Also, I have to get their names. I'm not good with remembering that. 'Cause I know a few of them. Oh, actually, let's do this. We'll do this quick fairy tale quiz. And then we'll jump into our fairy tale podcast. Who lent Gray Ice Devil Slayer magic? That was Silver, his dad. Who was the 7th guild master after Makara left? That was Moxis, Guildarts, Urza, or Natsu. 7th. I think that was Urza. Yeah. Which guild won the Grand Magic Games? Fairy Tale. Who does Urza love? Jalal. Where is he? Yeah, Jalal. Who is Gray's father? Oh, I just answered that. That is Silva. Who defeated Kyoka in the Tartarus? I don't know, but don't remember who that is. But I think that might have been Mira. Oh no, that was Urza. Who is the leader of Alvaraz? Mard, Mavis, Seraph, or Enedi? I want to say Seraph? Okay. Alright, so we got pretty good. I just missed one, which was this one. Yeah. But this is more towards... more towards the end of the second part of Fairy Tale. This is more after, like, the 1 year time skip after the end of the second, so towards the final season of Fairy Tale, or the 3rd season of it. This happened around the 2nd season. This will we kind of figure out in the beginning. This is towards the end of the 2nd season. Same with this one. And this is more towards the 3rd season. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go with that. And boom. And I can actually show you guys the room. Whoa, I'm too big. Let me fix myself. Here we go. Alright, so this is actually one of the rooms that, whoops. Let's actually put some music on. I thought I had it here. There we are. That way we have something on besides just me talking. Let me get that. And here we go. Alright, so for today's podcast episode, it'll be episode 82. We'll be discussing Fairy Tale. Now, the reason why I said I kind of want to split it up into different parts is because as I was looking through, one, Fairy Tale is a huge series. It's very, very long. Oop, actually, let me move the chat. I didn't realize the chat was so low. Let's move you up. Where's your favorite because of the red hair? Not only because of the red hair, but just her character. Basically, when you learn more about her backstory and how she became part of the guild, why she always wears her armor, and just more. But I would say Urza is definitely my favorite. But in the beginning, I really liked Lucy. And I know a lot of people hate on Lucy, but I'm just like, why? Lucy is such a good character. I love it. I love her power. I love her keys. At one point, I wanted to collect all her celestial keys. I got one with my zodiac sign, the Cancer, but then I somehow lost it. So I'll have to like restart my collection again because the golden keys are so good, so cool. But actually, that I don't think there's a character in Fairy Tale that I hate. Everyone is interesting. Everyone plays their part. Everyone has a role, and everyone grows throughout the whole series. But one of the reasons why I said I wanted to split this up into different parts is one, it's such a huge series. If you add all the sequels that they did, because they split Fairy Tale into different parts. Because it originally started in 2009, and it's if you look it up, they count that as like Fairy Tale's first season, with 175 episodes that ran from October 12th of 2009 to March 30th of 2013. So that covers a good couple of arcs in Fairy Tale. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it kind of ends in a weird way where they ended at the end of a major fight in the Grand Magic Games. And then it kind of picks up from there, and then it picks up with like the whole dragon arc or whatnot, and then the last arc for that is the Tartarus arc, and then we have the final season or series, which they count as third season, covering like the last two arcs of them coming back, regrouping the guild, and fighting off against Zeref and his kind of group of people. So the first season contains like the first 175 episodes. Then there's the sequel that came back when they came back in 2014, covering another 102 episodes from April 5th, 2014 to March 26th of 2016. And at the point, let me see. Yeah, also the studios changed, because the studio that did the first, I guess, season of Fairy Tale was Satellite and A1 Pictures. But then the second season also still had A1 Pictures, but then Bridge came to do that. And then the third season, which came out in 2018, which covers the last like 51 episodes, cover the last bit of the main story. And A1 Pictures, Bridge is still there, but then Cloverworks also came on to do the final season of Fairy Tale. And I don't know who's doing the 1,000-Year Quest. I could probably look it up real quick. So let me see. Fairy Tale 1,000-Year Quest. Alright, let's go to my anime. No, I just need, there we go. Let me see who's working on it. Yeah, actually it's a whole new studio. It's none of the studios that's worked on it before. The studio that's currently working on the new season of Fairy Tale that's out is JC Staff. One sec. Ooh, my throat got real dry. But yeah. So Fairy Tale's gone through a lot. They've changed so many. They've either changed studios or added on studios. So art style's still the same, but you can definitely kind of tell the difference between like the first season, second season, third season, and definitely with this new season that's out. So I figured I'd cover the first season of the one that came out in 2009, covering the 175 episodes. Then I'll make the second season its own anime, and then I'll make the third season its own. And once the 1,000-Year Quest anime is done, I'll definitely add that onto the list so that we can also talk about that. So, but like, yeah, in total, if we were talking about the main series that came from the original manga, there are 328 episodes. So here's a little bit of a synopsis that I found. I think it was on my anime list. In the enchanted kingdom of Fiore, the lively Lucy Heartfilia has one wish to join the renowned Fairy Tale, one of the many magical wizard guilds scattered across the continent. Luckily, a chance encounter with Natsu Dragneel, the salamander of Fairy Tale, whisked her into the legendary guild. From Natsu's rivalry antics with the ice wizard Grey Bullbuster to the frightening presence and unmatched combat goddess Urza Scarlet, Fairy Tale's powerful mages have a slight penchant for trouble. Through all the lucrative odd jobs and adventures to save the world from destruction lies an absolute and unyielding trust stronger than family that has formed between each guild member. Teaming up with Natsu, Grey, Urza, Lucy finds herself amidst the guild's most misfit wizards. But as they constantly stand in the eye of every danger, there is the name that never ceases to surface: Seraph, the feared master of dark magic. So, like I said, yeah, the story kind of really starts off. We meet Lucy. She is a aspiring wizard, wants to really join Fairy Tale, and if I remember correctly, because there's so many episodes, she meets someone who's portraying as Natsu, because there's also like magazines and articles about like popular wizard guilds in this world, and she reads a lot of them about Fairy Tale, but the antics they get up onto. But there's never like any. There's a few pictures of some of the members in Fairy Tale, but not of Natsu, so she doesn't know what Natsu looks like. So there's this guy going around waving Natsu's title as Salamander to trick girls into, I think they were trying to like sell them off to like rich like noblemen or rich people and families and stuff like that. So Lucy did get kind of caught up into it for a bit, but then Natsu joined in and helped her like wake out of the spell. They meet, of course. At this time, she has no idea he's part of Fairy Tale, but then they interact again when she's really determined to join the guild, so she goes anyway. Finds out it's a trap. Natsu joins, and with Happy there, he explains that Natsu is a member of Fairy Tale. He's the real salamander that she was looking for. And there they just it just starts from there. He brings her to the guild. She joins. There she meets everyone like Mira, Gray. We don't meet Urza right away. We meet her a couple of episodes in. Like, can they go on this mission? Lucy and Natsu, and then as they're coming back, they run into Gray, who just finished a mission, and he says, yeah, I'm heading back to the guild, because we just got news Urza's back. And of course, at this time, Lucy, as a huge fan, heard all about Urza, her reputation, really wants to meet her, and then asks the guys, hey, there's very few information about her and all the magazines that cover you guys, what she's like. And then they explain yeah, she's very scary, very powerful, very strong. We do get that. I remember the first thing Lucy said when she saw Urza was like, oh wow, she's so pretty. But then later on finds out that yeah, Urza's just as eccentric as everyone else in the guild. Everyone else has their quirks. One of the things about Gray is he has this habit of always taking off his clothes, which was something he picked up when he was learning from his master. And because, I guess, this is something Lucy also pointed out, that because Gray is a ice wizard and Natsu is a fire wizard, since fire and ice don't mix together, they're kind of like natural enemies, but they do get along pretty well. They work well together, and they do care about each other, besides their rivalry. And then we just kind of meet more people, more guilds get introduced. Let's see. I was able to kind of go through, luckily there were some websites that show of them breaking it down of all the arcs in Fairy Tale. So I was like, wait a minute. I do know the second season kind of starts and ends in a weird way in between one of the arcs. So I was like, which one is that? I don't remember. I was like, is it the Grand Magic Games or was it something else? And then I was like, yeah, no. I remember they stopped right after this huge fight that Natsu and Gajia were a part of, and then it like ended, and then it came back with like the second season with a new update, and that thing that's the point where what's the studio again? A1 Picture and Bridge was working on. So yeah, but if we go through, like, there's so many arcs, and even in just this kind of quote unquote first season of Fairy Tale, there the Marco arc, Daybreak, Eisenwald, which was like kind of like a really not a. I mean, I liked it because it kind of gets into that whole field of this is the group we're kind of gonna follow along with Lucy, Gray, Natsu, and then Urza joining in. Urza returns to Fairy Tale to recruit Natsu and Gray to help her investigate Eisenwald. Our Dark Guild banned by the Magic Council that's up to no good. Lucy joins in and they just take them out. There, I remember Lucy gained like a new Zodiac key from a previous mission she went on, and then we just kind of see more of Urza's skills, Gray's skills, Natsu's skills, and kind of seeing how they kind of all quote unquote the strongest get like party in the guild. Let's see. Oh right. This was his other. I didn't know this was the title. The Sub-Zero Emperor Leon arc. Natsu and Happy decide to take on an S-class job without permission and drag Lucy and Gray along with them to the cursed island of Galuna. There they meet one of Gray's old friends who's trying to release a powerful soul demon with the help of his team. There we learn more about Gray's past, where his village and town was destroyed by this demon. There he gets picked up by this really powerful and kind of famous at the time ice wizard. But I forgot her name. She does come and play like later on in the story. But she takes him and takes another boy that she, I guess, met along the way who had the same fate as Gray, was his Leon, and teaches them in the ways of her ice magic. But at one point they run into the demon again. Gray, filled with revenge, wants to take down the demon, but of course he's not strong enough. Nearly gets himself killed, but his master jumps in to save them, and ends up doing this really powerful move, but at the same time also ended up having a really heavy price to pay for using that spell. And then it was something his friend or informer, like I guess partner Leon, didn't ever forgive Gray for. And I guess at that point they went their separate ways. He ended up doing Fairy Tale shortly after, and he and Leon went and did his own thing. So we do learn more about Gray's past than that, and like the trauma and the hurt he feels for it, and still feels for it. But with the help of everyone, he's able to overcome it, grow stronger for it, and kind of fully accept what happened and kind of move on. Let's see. Ooh. After that was the Phantom Moon arc, which is actually kind of my favorite. With this one, we learn more about Lucy, well, more about her background, kind of how she ended up and where she was when we first met her. Basically, Natsu, Lucy, Happy, and Gray and Urza return from Magula Island to find that their guild headquarters is in ruin thanks to a rival guild known as Phantom Lord. A few more vile actions committed by one of the Phantom Lord members leads to a full-blown war between the two guilds. There, Lucy's past is also slowly revealed. There we also do meet, also, I didn't say this, Natsu is also not just famous for, being a powerful fire wizard, he's also a very particular type of fire wizard. He's a dragon slayer, which, at this time we thought he was maybe the only one, but then we find out that Phantom Lord has their own dragon slayer, wizard in the guild, and that it was, I just said his name, now I'm blanking on it. Gajiel, there we go. And there he goes, popping up right there. Gajiel. And we find out that he is a shadow. What is it? No, Iron. That's someone else. He's the Iron Dragon Slayer. So we just had this huge fight, like, towards the end of this arc. Of them, both Dragon Slayers fighting against each other. And they kind of, I wouldn't say it ended in a draw, but we do see that they're both like kind of equal in power and very strong. But at the end of the day, Fairy Tale does prevail. We do, like I said, we learn more about Lucy's past, more about her family, kind of what drove her to run away from her old past to venture out as a wizard and ended up, becoming part of the guild. and kind of feeling guilty because she felt like her past was coming back to ruin everything she had and take her back. Which she does have a pretty badass moment in the end of that where she confronts her past, telling her like, "Listen, I'm not the same little girl that you thought you could. You can't just come back in here and demand and force all this onto me. I'm a part of Fairy Tale now. This is my home. These are the people I care about, and if you ever try anything like this again, we will take you down." We learn more about what happened with like her family, her mother, her father, and just that she kind of has no regrets. She does, feel bad for kind of running off like she did, but she felt if she didn't, she would have been true to herself and would have just lived her life with regret. So I love the Phantom Lord arc. Just learning that whole thing about Lucy's past, learning another existence of a Dragon Slayer, and just seeing this huge battle that everyone was going to, and just seeing how much, even though Lucy at this point hasn't been with the guild very long, how they were willing to, at this point, we're willing to go to war for her, even after it was revealed who she was, why they were there, that all they had to do was, like, just send Lucy over to them, and their guild would no longer, be targeted anymore, since Lucy was their target, and just how everyone was just like, no way, we're not doing that, she's part of our guild, which means she's one of us, we would never give her up. I know, was it Urza? I think it was Urza. Urza said this really, like, amazing line that, had Lucy bawling out in tears, and everyone else agreed. They were like, Phantom Lord was like, hey, this could all be over, just send the girl over to us, let us do our job, and we won't touch Fairy Tale from this going forward. And at this point, everyone's kind of beaten up and badly hurt. I think the master, Makarov, had gotten, like, really injured and was recovering from it. And she felt like maybe she should just, give in to the demands, do what they want, just so that, her new friends wouldn't get dragged into her problems anymore. And at that point, Urza, I think, jumped up and was like, there's no way we're going to betray her like that. You would have to kill us first before we would just hand her over to you. And then everyone else, like, cheered in applause, and Natsu was just like, yeah, just give up asking, we're not doing it, we're gonna take you guys down, you're not taking her from us. And that, like, really hit her, and I was just like, aw. It's like, yeah, you kind of see, like, because her story was, everyone's story was kind of sad, but you hear, like, what happened with her, and how she kind of felt all alone, and now she finally found, her true family, and like you said, she wasn't there in the guild for that long. At that point, it's probably been, like, maybe a couple of months then she's joined Fairy Tail at this point when this happened. And the fact that they all felt that strongly about her, that they weren't willing to just abandon her for their own sake, that they were willing to fight and, go to war to keep her with them, as they saw her as a part of the family, part of Fairy Tail. Oh, it was so good. Let's see. Oh, right, we do also get another arc kind of right after that focuses on Lucy and another member called Loki. In the aftermath of Fairy Tail's battle with Phantom Lord, Loki's past is slowly resurfaced, so we learn more about him and kind of like his connection in a way to Lucy, and that was a really cool little arc. It's not big, it's like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, but it kind of just focuses more on Lucy, also with another character and kind of the struggle he's going with, and kind of why he's kind of been a little bit weird with her in the beginning of the anime. So we kind of get that whole like synopsis on that. But the next arc kind of focuses on Urza, called the Tower of Heaven, where we get more of Urza's tragic backstory, kind of what happened with her, what happened with the friends she made then, and it coming back to like haunt her. So the synopsis for that I found was Urza's former friends from her childhood make an appearance and cause chaos for Fairy Tail's strongest team, taking Urza with them to the Tower of Heaven. There, Urza and her friends must confront Jalol Fernandez, one of Urza's longtime friends, gone insane. Is Loki a key person? What do you mean a key person? Like, is he a key person to the story? I guess in a way. He does play like a huge part. Not a huge part, but he does play a part, like, major. He does play like major scenes later on in the anime. No, one of the things Lucy uses. Okay, yeah. I didn't want to spoil it, but yeah, we do find out that he's actually a celestial spirit, and he's actually one of the strongest. He's supposed to be Leo the lion. So he's supposed to be the Leo zodiac spirit. If I'm remembering correctly, what happened was, and spoilers for anyone who doesn't want to know, but I believe he and another spirit that he was friends with, I want to say, was it Aries? It was the lamb. I forget which one she is. But basically, they were both contracted to the celestial spirit that was treating them just like tools. Didn't really care about their well-being or the pain and suffering they went through. Was really using the other one as like a shield whenever an attack was coming their way, so that they wouldn't get injured, but the spirit would get injured and would take their anger out on them, would torture them. So he came out and he was like, yeah, you're putting a stop to this. He's like, end all contracts and let us go free. Of course, the wizard didn't want to do that because zodiac keys are very rare. There's only 12, and they are... Boop boop. Aries is a thing too. Very cool. Yeah, all the zodiacs have their and there's actually supposed to be, if I remember, there's like a special 13 one that gets introduced like later down the anime. Actually, let me see if I can find them. Let me see. Fairy tale. Celestial. Oop. Celestial spirit. We do actually end up meeting the Celestial Spirit King too. Let's see if I can find him in their normal form. Because at the beginning, I think Lucy only had 3. She had Aquarius, she had Cancer, and she had Taurus. But then she ends up getting some of the other ones towards the end. No, it's fine. The spirits do play a big role, especially for Lucy, because that is her magic. So she summons them to fight alongside her. So they are like a pretty big part of the cast. Okay, I think I found a good picture. Let me see. Oh, did I not put one here? You know what? I'll just display, capture, second scene, and here we go. Okay, I wasn't trying to do that. Where's the picture I had? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so this is all of them. At least these are all the ones that she's contracted with towards like the end of the anime. If I remember correctly, let me actually move this down. If I'm remembering correctly, this is Leo. So this is what that that's what that arc is about with him. We find out he's a spirit, that he has been in the real world for like 3 or 4 years, which is actually unheard of, but because he's like the strongest and the leader of the Zodiac, he has more power than the other ones. So that's how he was able to like maintain his form. But at that point, he was like slowly disappearing, was gonna disappear forever. He couldn't go back to the celestial world because, I remember his I'm trying to remember. The celestial spirit that he and this girl right here, I think this is Aries, was contracted to, wasn't strong enough to keep them both out. So he was like, listen, I'm gonna keep out so that you can't force her to do your bidding, and I'm not gonna listen to anything you say. So until you release us from our contracts, you won't be able to do anything. Took a job. Even though knowing that they couldn't open any more spirit keys because Leo was too powerful from them, like taking up all their magic, and ended up dying in that mission. And the Zodiac King deemed it that it was Leo's fault, that he caused the death of their contractor. Thus, he was banished from the celestial world, and couldn't go back. But Lucy was able to convince him, like, listen, he was doing what he could to protect a friend, someone dear to him. It's not right that he has to be punished for that. And was able to change their mind, and he was able to re-enter the celestial world and end up becoming Lucy's next zodiac key. So this is Aquarius. I think this is Aries. This is supposed to be Taurus. This is Gemini. This is Virgo, I believe. That's Cancer. That's Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Scorpio. Yeah, that's all the ones she's contracted with. We do end up meeting another celestial spirit later down in the anime that has the other two Zodiac yellow golden zodiac keys, and then they're the ones that have like this special 13 one that even Lucy was like, oh, I've heard myths about it, but I didn't think it was a real thing. But yeah, but these are all the spirit of the zodiacs that she's contracted with. But the one she had at first was Aquarius, Taurus, and Cancer, and then she ended up picking up everyone else throughout the journey, without her journey. So let's get rid of that. Let's see. Where are we? Alright. Tower of Heaven. There we meet Urza's old past, her old friends. They find out that they were kind of being tricked and manipulated by an old friend of theirs. And that was like a huge fight. Because at one point, Urza was gonna sacrifice herself to shut down whatever machine he was building that was gonna like attack the council of like magics. But then Natsu stops her, convinces her like, hey, listen, there's no need for that. You know, if you would have sacrificed yourself, yeah, you would have saved hundreds of lives, but then everyone else would be mourning for your death, and that would still make people, you know, sad and unhappy. Kind of giving her like another will to live. Because I think at that point, Urza was ready to like sacrifice herself to like put an end to her past and everything. But with the help of Natsu and everyone else, was able to like give her that second will to keep on living. Let's see. Next, then this one involves Loxus, which he might show up. I'll show up because I did add a picture of him in here. He's really cool. At first, he was a bit of an asshole in the beginning of the anime where we meet him, but him right here. This is Loxus. So we do meet him. This next arc, the Battle of Fairy Tail, focuses on him. Basically, throughout this whole first few arcs, we see him popping here and there. He's kind of he's a jerk. He doesn't really care about anyone else. Only cares about power, and he wants to take over the guild, which we find out that he's actually the current master's grandson, and is kind of the strongest member in Fairy Tail. Like, they didn't really confirm if he's stronger than Urza or if they're about the same. I don't even think Urza even like really confirmed if he is stronger. She just says, yeah, he's strong, definitely like is up there as one of the strongest wizards in the guild. So he does have like that qualification to become the next master of the guild, which, you know, of course people don't like that because of how he is, how he treats everyone. So he ends up like capturing a bunch of the girls during this like festival the town is having, and forcing everyone else to be like, hey, we're gonna have a battle royale with all the other members in Fairy Tail, and whoever wins on top is the strongest. And I guess in his mind that would show that he's the strongest and has the right to lead the guild as the next master. So with this, we also do get introduced to another character. Ooh, I didn't get a picture of him. He was a huge mystery. Let me see if I can get a picture of him. Fudge, what was his name? Mistigan. There we go. Mistigan. Yeah, Mistigan. So basically, there's like, at this point, there's like 3 really strong characters in the guild. We have Loxus, we have Urza. We find out during the Phantom Lord arc that Mirajane was one of the strongest, but after a certain event, she like kind of fell out of the fighting scene, and her power really decreased over time. But she was definitely up there in Urza, and Mystigan is one of the others. I kind of don't want to spoil it yet, so let me see if I can find a picture that doesn't show his face. Here we go. Who's the... I'm trying not to... whatever. I'm trying to not show the one that shows his face. At least not yet. I mean, I guess it does get revealed in this arc, like, what he looks like under the mask. Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna show it, but it's fine. So this is what he looks like, when we first see him. At one point, he also puts, like, people to sleep whenever he comes to get a new job. He doesn't want people to see his face. But we do find out that this is what he looks like, which throws Urza off because this is what her friend Jalal looks like. The one who turned evil, was trying to force all this onto her in the previous arc. So, of course, this kind of throws Urza off. But he's like, sorry. I know I look just like your old friend, but I'm not him. I'm a totally different person. We just look similar. And he actually does play a pretty good part in not in the, like, the next two arcs afterwards. Yeah, there's like two arcs that happen, and then there's the Edalus arc where he plays a big role in. But yeah, so we find out what he really looks like. It kind of throws Urza off for a bit. Kind of looks like Jalal. Oh yeah, at that point they think he's dead because he I guess kind of in a way kind of had like a change of heart, and either he sacrificed himself to get Urza and Natsu away from the Tower of Heaven, or he ended up getting absorbed by whatever power was forming there and ended up getting dragged down with it. But at this point they think he's gone. So when they see him again, or when they see Mystigan, they think that's Jalal. But he's like, sorry, no, I just look like him, but I'm not him. I'm a different person entirely. So we do learn more about Loxus, and we actually do get a secret that's revealed that he is also a Dragon Slayer, but not in the same way that Natsu and Gajil are. Excuse me. At that point, we learned that Natsu and Gajil got their Dragon Slayer magic from actually learning from actual dragons, as they were both kind of raised for a good couple of years by dragons and learned the way of Dragon Slayer magic from them. By Loxus, he got his Dragon Slayer magic from Lacrima, which is basically like this stone that stores energy, and in it was storing lightning Dragon Slayer magic in it. And his dad, which is no longer, he was like banned from Fairy Tail because he was like getting corrupted and was doing all these terrible things, infused that power into Loxus, making him a Dragon Slayer. We do find out that there is also someone who has a similar thing that is a Dragon Slayer, but didn't get the power from learning from a dragon like Natsu and Gajil, but got it from the Lacrima. That was like, and then it like magically infused with their bodies. So, so at that point we find out that, wow, now Fairy Tail has, oh wait, actually I should have announced that. Yeah, at this point, Gajil's joined the guild. Makarov took him and another girl named Juvia in, I think, if I'm remembering, yeah, I think Gray put in a good word for her after the whole thing with Phantom Lord, you know, like, oh no, she's cool, you know, she's not that bad, you know, she was just following what her guild was, but she's pretty good. Also, Phantom Lord got disbanded, so a lot of the members had to scatter and go somewhere else to find a home. So in that case, Juvia and Gajil end up joining Fairy Tail. Sorry, one sec. Oh, why my throat's so dry today. But also we do learn that at this point, Juvia has a huge crush on Gray. She's totally in love, infatuated with him. She sees Lucy as a rival as well, though Lucy doesn't really feel that way about Gray. She just care about him. He's a good friend, but not in the way that Juvia thinks. So she does let her imagination about that get the best of her. So she sees Lucy as like a main rival for Gray's affection, and Ambi even sees that maybe Gray has a bit of has a bit feelings for Lucy, but it's nothing like confirmed. So, but we do see that yeah, she joins Fairy Tale, and so does Gajiel. So at this point now we have well now three Dragon Slayers. But at the end of it, Makarov bans or banishes Loxus from Fairy Tale. Saying that sorry, even though you learned your lesson, you want to change your ways, you did cause a lot of harm to the guild, to the town, to the people here, that it's too severe to just let you off the hook. At first people do protest about it, saying like, hey, that's kind of extreme, we weren't able to stop him, he wasn't able to go off the rail completely, so it's kind of wrong to, banish him. But he's like, no, it's fine, I need to go on like a redemption arc and go on a redemption journey to like find my true self. We do see that he was like mainly like I guess manipulated and controlled by his father, which is no longer part of Fairy Tale, and kind of him falling in that whole corrupted way. So he's like, I need to just go out and like find my own person, and then maybe I can come back and prove to myself that I have changed. So it was a sad, seeing him leave. But also there is this thing that they do in Fairy Tale that they did at the end, that the show, like, they were still willing to be there for him. Oh, here it is. I'll bring it up. Yeah, they do this. I forget what the full meaning is, but basically it's like, no matter how far we are or where you go, you'll always be a part of Fairy Tale. You'll always have a home here, and I'll always be by your side. And we find out that this was something that Loxus made up when he was a kid, that then got incorporated into the guild that everyone uses. So when he saw that towards the end, it really got to his feels, kind of realizing the mistake he made and wanting to come back and be better. So yeah, that was such a really nice arc, seeing it wrapped up, and him, not getting the ending that maybe people was thinking about, but him being like, no, I need to change, I need to find my own person before I can come back and be a part of the guild. Then this next is the Erasion 6 arc, which is actually a pretty good arc too. So basically, at this point we learn that there are 3 major dark guilds in Fiore that controls all the smaller like dark guilds or like mercenary guilds and stuff like that. And now we learn that one of them, the Erasion 6, are trying to unlock this deadly magic called Nirvana. So at this point, Fairy Tale, along with 3 other guilds, team up together so that they can take them down before they can unleash this magical power. The other 2 guilds are Lamia Scale. There we meet Gray's old friend Leon, as well as 2 other people that were in him in that previous arc that joined the guild too. Blue Pegasus, which is known for, I think they have girls, because then we find out that the former wizard that was a part of, that was holding Leo and Aries' keys, was a part of Blue Pegasus, so they're all girls. But basically, like, these 3 really popular guys are there, and their leader is really weird, but he's really powerful, because even Urza was like, yeah, he's kind of off, but he is a very powerful wizard, so, like, don't let his demeanor and the way he acts deceive you. He is very powerful. And then we have Kate Shelter, which is, then we find out everyone else of the other guilds come. We do also end up getting a wizard saint from the Lamia Scale joining this team, and he announces, oh yes, we're just waiting on Kate Shelter, and from what I've heard, they're only recruiting 1 member to join the team. So everyone's freaking out. Everyone thinks that it's gonna be this super strong, powerful wizard that's gonna join their team. Everyone's just like, wow, they're only bringing one person. This guy must be really strong. We come, this little girl runs in, she falls. There we meet Wendy Marvel, which we later find out is she is also another dragon slayer who learned in the same way of Natsu and Gajeel that she was trained by a dragon. That's her right here, Wendy. I love Wendy. She is so cute, and I love slash hate that she's kind of the only female dragon slayer. But from what I've heard, this kind of really, I mean, kind of a spoiler, but I haven't looked it up. That apparently there are some other female dragon slayers that we do meet later on that pop up in the 100-year quest. So I'm still like kind of waiting for the season to end, and I'm gonna binge it. But when I heard that, I was like, oh yes, finally some other female dragon slayers. I want to see what their abilities are about, because I'm like, Wendy was kind of the only one that we got to know throughout the rest of the whole series. We do get some other people joining in, but they're all guys. Not to hate on the guys, I just like, I just like, that we were able to get at least one female dragon slayer throughout the whole series, and then find out that there are actually more out there that just haven't been introduced yet. And I was like, oh yes, I do want to know what their abilities are. And her ability is that she's a sky dragon slayer. So she not can just fight with like air magic and whatnot. She also can she has a lot of like healing and support magic that would be considered like lost magic, that it's magic that's been lost, that has been passed down and no one can do it, that she can do. So she's ends up being part of a very ends up becoming a key point in the Arashiose's plan. They want to use her healing abilities to revive Jalal, which we do get introduced to him again. That they thought he was dead, but it looks like they saved him, and he's just been affected by the magic of the Tower of Heaven. So they want Wendy to heal him, because they believe he's the key to tracking down where Nirvana is hidden, so that they can unlock its magic. At first, Wendy doesn't want to, but then they bring up that her and Jalal have a history, that he saved her, that he's the one who brought her to her current guild to be safe and to have a true home. So she does end up getting not really forced, but she feels like she has to repay the debt to the person who saved her, who brought her, to a place where she could be safe and hone her skills. So she does end up doing that. It's such a huge thing. Everyone gets into all these fights. There we do meet another celestial wizard that's on part of the Arashiose's. We find out that she's the wizard that killed the previous wizard that was holding Leo and Ares' contractor. So she was the one who killed her to release them from that. And then with that, she ended up taking Ares' key. So that's a huge moment for Lucy. Her learning that past, finding out that she has Ares' key, that she's the reason that she killed the previous owner, and took the key. And everyone just has like a huge fight. That arc is actually pretty long as well. So I say we're about almost there. Like I said, the first season is pretty long. It covers a good portion of a good couple of arcs. So after that, then we have the Edelus arc, which I told you the Michigan, he plays a part of that. So we find out that in this arc, there are two parallel worlds. There's the world that we know of Fiore, I forget what it's called. Like what they call the world, like Earthland or something? Yeah, Earthland. So basically the world that we know and we've been following is called Earthland, but there's a parallel world called Edelus, where everyone has like an opposite counterpart. And we find out that Michigan is Jalal's counterpart in Edelus, and that he somehow got transferred over to our world, couldn't find a way back, so he took on the persona of Michigan and was living his life there. We do also find out that he was the Jalal that saved Wendy when she was a little girl, took care of her, and brought her over to the to the guild Kate shelter when she was when he felt like she couldn't continue on the journey with him, that it would just cause him, not cause him, but put her in more danger than it needed to be. Also, at the end, we do find out a pretty big secret about Wendy's guild, that it wasn't, quote unquote, let me spoils, that it turns out that it wasn't real, that the one person that was there, I think was either dying or was very, very old. Everyone else in the previous guild had passed away. He was the only member there. But because, Michigan dropped off Wendy there in the hopes of her finding a guild and finding a home, he used his magic to fake like a whole, not a town, but basically like a whole guild for her. And that at the end, there was, oh wait, I think I remember. He was supposed to be like a guardian for Nirvana. And with Nirvana now like destroyed and taken care of, he no longer had to stay there. He could now join his people. And so he was able, so he revealed like, yeah, the whole guild, everyone you knew wasn't really real. There was projections he made with his magic. But now that she had like made friends, made connections with like real people, there was no need for him to be around anymore. So he was able to like pass on to the next world. That did make Wendy sad. That was her home for the last couple of years. But there, I think it was Urza like, excuse me. Urza took her and, welcomed her in open arms, saying like, listen, we'll be there for you if you need anything. Please, like, come join us. Join Fairy Tale. You'll have a new home with new friends, and we'll be there for you. And at the point, she ended up joining Fairy Tale. So this happens. Let me see. Read the synopsis. The hyper-dimensional transport spell Anima finally grows too big and sends Fairy Tale Magnolia Town to Edlis, seemingly leaving only Natsu, Wendy, Happy, and Carla behind. The heroes travel to Edlis, a world where magic is scarce, and faces all too familiar to rescue their friends from a greedy magic-hoarding king. The origins of Happy, Carla, and Mystigan also come to front. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. We do find out that not Lucy. I keep saying Lucy. Happy and Carla actually come from Edlis. That they are this being of cats called Xyz, I believe, which are these cats that can fly, that have infinite magic and power in this scarce world, that were sent over to Edlis to, I guess, keep them safe from the king's machinations of trying to harness their powers. Because we do find out at the end he turned everyone in Earthland into a giant lacrima, and we're planning to collide them with the Xyz world, or I guess world, because they're in the same world, but like they're in like their own like separate location that they can't reach. So he believed that by crashing them together and destroying them both, that the power between the both would combine, raining magic down onto their world forever, but at the same time would be killing off all the Xyz and killing off all the people stuck in the lacrima that were transformed. So that was also a really, really good arc. Cause we do see kind of more of Wendy stepping up and fighting. Natsu and Gajio end up joining too. Cause we do find out that whatever spell he used to transport everyone didn't affect the Dragon Slayers, so everyone else was fine. But halfway through, they were able to like free Gray and Urza. Not Wendy. Lucy was able to protect herself by using one of her celestial spirits to guard herself from the attacks. She, at the same time, was able to get there, and just a huge thing. Oh, one sec. Let me get some more water. That's what I was saying. Oh, right. At the end, so we learn more about Michigan. That he's actually from that world, and we actually find out that he's supposed to be like the prince of that world. So after taking down his Menelik father, he decides he's gonna take up the throne, find a way to restore peace back to his land, and ends up staying there. Oh, actually, and I totally forgot about this. We do learn a bit more about something that happened with Mira and her brother Ed. What was his name? I can't remember his name. I'm blanking out. Um, it's a Mira Jane. Do, 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 do. Elfman, there we go. I thought it was like E something. Elfman. So we see them. We know that they're siblings in Fairy Tale, and kind of the only like real siblings in the guild. You know, everyone else is they consider themselves family, but nobody's like blood related. But Mira Jane, Elfman, and they do have a little sister named Lizana, all joined together at the same time. So they are like siblings by blood. We find out back in the day that they're this is around the time that Mira was like top tier, was like an S-class wizard like Urza. They all went on this mission and Lizana died during it, which affected Mira and Elfman a pretty big deal, to the point that Mira kind of stopped fighting and it decreased her power, and this also affected Elfman as well. We do find out that in Edelis there's a Lizana there that's still alive and well. At this point, Natsu and Happy were happy to see her, but they're like, dude, it's not her. That's definitely their version of Lizana that's still alive. But then we find out that actually it's their Lizana. What happened was that something, one of the, like they said back in the day at that time, a lot of lacrimas were around, and one of them must have activated it to cause like a transportation between their Lizana and the Edelis Lizana. I guess something happened and she ended up dying, but then transferred over to their world, and their Lizana got transferred over to their world, to Edelis. So they believe that their Lizana was dead, while the Earthland Lizana goes to Edelis, realizing that the other one, passed away, but then they believe that was her. So she spent the last couple of years there, bonding with everyone, getting a family. But when the magic of the world was like, I guess in a way fixing itself, it was sending everyone back. It was going to send her back too, to where she rightfully belongs. She does, at first doesn't want to go. She created a bond with everyone there, but they were like, no, you have to go be with your true family. They've been waiting for you. So we do get that reveal that it turns out the Lizana that they knew, the one that Natsu and Happy kind of grew up with, wasn't the one that they grew up with. It wasn't the one that was dead and buried. It was the other one. So we do actually end up getting Lizana back. She ends up coming back. That moment when she's running towards Elfman and Mary Jane, saying that she's back, that she's alive, she's real, and that whole moment of them just crying, holding her in their arms. Oh, it was such a good scene. So good. So good. Let's see, what else? Like I said, the first season of Fairy Tail covers a lot. Then we have the Tenro Island arc. Fairy Tail holds its annual S-Class Mage promotion trial, a trial that allows for one of 8 selected candidates the opportunity to become the next S-Class Mage. But Carla has a vision of other disaster of this year's trial, which is held at Fairy Tail's holy ground, Tenro Island. The sudden appearance of a mysterious and deadly mage who can kill without touch, and the arrival of members of the strongest Dark Guild, Grimoire Heart, quickly prove her right. Kanna's past also comes into focus. So, we don't really get much of Kanna. We do see her here in bits there. Basically, she's this... We do meet her at first as this alcoholic that's just drinking barrels and barrels of wine and alcohol. But we do find out that she's been selected for this test like a few times, but have always failed. So she says this is going to be her last time. If she doesn't become an S-Class wizard, she's going to quit the guild. They say that's something she said too, but she says, and that's her right here, Carla. So she says that she's gonna quit and then tells Lucy why. Apparently there's something she really has to say to someone, but she made a promise that she would only do it when she became an S-Class wizard. Also, throughout this arc, we do end up meeting the strongest member in Fairy Tail, Guildarts. Oh my god, Guildarts is such an amazing character. He is so cool. He's definitely just one of those overpowered characters that is, you can't have him in the story because he would just quickly end everything. Like, everyone's strong, but he's like next level strong. Like, he's insane. When he gets introduced, the whole town has to like shift and move around to like hold his presence, because if he's not careful, he'll just destroy the whole town just by his presence. That's just how strong he is. And we find out he's really bonded with like Natsu and everyone else. And we do find out later on throughout this arc and towards the end of it that he is actually Kana's father. That her mother passed away, but told her where she could find her real dad in Fairy Tail, and she goes there. She wants to tell him right away, but is afraid. Plus, with him, with his strength and whatnot, he can't really be in the guild or pretty much in the area for that long. So he's always going on like really long quests. So he's never really there. He's probably like maybe there for like a day or maybe a couple of hours, and then he leaves. So, Kana made a promise to herself that she would reveal who she really was to him when she became an S-class wizard. But with this whole Grimoire Heart thing, them trying to get, what was it? The wizard, which we do find out was Zareth. They were trying to find him because they believe he is like the key to getting like ultimate magic or getting to the ultimate form. Let me just tell you, that whole scene when they do get him. And at this point, he has like a memory wipe, so he doesn't remember anything. But at this, like halfway through, he kind of remembers everything. Kind of realizes why he hated humanity for like their selfishness and whatnot, and he just takes out the rest of them. It was such a just like wow. But and also, I honestly forgot about this. At this point, they're finding like the head of Grimoire Heart, which we find out was a previous master of Fairy Tail, who got so corrupted and so overwhelmed by like Zareth and everything that he abandoned Fairy Tail, made Grimoire Heart, and was trying to get like this deep dark secret of Fairy Tail for himself. But then as everyone's fighting him, he's about to like unleash his powerful attack that no one can withstand. Loxus comes back, takes him out with the help of like Natsu and everyone else. At this point, Loxus ends up joining back the guild. Bakarov's not really happy about it, but they're like, listen, without him, we wouldn't be here right now. I think he's repaid his sins. So he ends up joining the guild again. At that point, Kana reveals to her, the Guildarts, that she's his daughter. Which we do have this funny moment where he is like going through the list of women he's been with. Which one could be her mother. And she's like, wow, really? Like, she's. But then he recognizes, I think she made like this really mad, like disgusted face at him, and it like clicks in his mind. He's like, oh, you're her daughter, and he's like, she was the first woman I was ever with, the one I truly loved, but with everything that was going on, she felt like she couldn't be with me, so she left. Like, it really broke him. He was like, she was the only person I truly like gave my heart to. Her leaving crushed me, and he was like, I had no idea this whole time that she was pregnant with you. If I'd known, I would have been there. Ooh, excuse me. So then we know she does like, it's fine. I just wanted to let you know. But she's like, I am happy I was finally able to tell you, Dad. Which that gets in his feels because he remembers all the times of her joining the guild, seeing her grow up, not realizing this whole time. Like, yeah, like, may have not been there all the time, but you were slowly seeing your own daughter, like, grow up in the guild that you were in, so. Ooh, my throat is getting dry. But, sorry, that was loud. So after all that, we think, oh, it's gonna be happy, whatnot, la la la. Nope. It ends up taking a horrible turn where this really powerful dragon called Agnologia pops up and just starts wreaking havoc, ready to destroy the island, kill everyone on it, and no matter what they do, they aren't able to defeat him. So what they end up doing is casting this really powerful spell to, I don't remember if we're supposed to like immobilize him or like send him away, but basically they do it, um, and they believe, oh, we've only been out for a couple of weeks, at most, because it like did something to like it warped their time. So for them, time froze or was like moving slowly. So for them, they believe, oh, it's only been like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, that we've been unconscious after using the spell. But then they wake up, they go back, and they find out it's been 7 years. This spell knocked them out for 7, or kept them like in this, I guess you could say, kind of like animated state. Like, so for them, while time was moving slow, time was moving faster for everyone else, to the point that 7 whole years went by. At this point, Fairy Tale has lost its reputation. They're like the worst guild in Fiore. They are up to their necks in debt and whatnot. Excuse me. So many things happen when they come back. And one of the saddest things that ends up coming back, I didn't really talk about this, but at this point throughout this series, Lucy has like a strained relationship with her father. They do sort of in a way patched up like last time we saw them, and she does, which is, ooh, actually I just remembered, when she helps Kana confront Gildarts and tell him the secret, she's like, huh, maybe I'll go and I'll talk to my dad again, since it's been a minute. So we go back, and it's been 7 years. She gets more information on where her dad's been since then. I think at this point he like lost his fortune, lost everything, and is like starting over from scratch. Trying to do it the right way he feels. She goes to like his last location, being like, "Oh hi, I'm his daughter. I just wanted to check up on him." And she gets the news that it's been over a month since he's passed. So she is, of course, at this point Lucy's devastated. They didn't really fix all the issues they had. They were slowly getting back on better terms. She ends up disappearing for 7 years, comes back a month too late, that she already had the word that her dad's passed away over a month ago. And at this point, she's been kicked out of her apartment because, it's been 7 years. She hasn't paid the rent. She has nowhere to go, which is funny because then her landlord picks her up, sends her back to her room, and says, hey, I got an envelope today of 7 years worth of rent. You're all good. Gets a letter saying that the dad, wasn't ever going to lose hope, was looking out, like, waiting to hear news from her, believed that she was okay, that she was going to make it back, kept money in for her place so that whenever she would return, she would still have her home, her place, and, sent her gifts every year that she was gone, and just whatnot. So at that point, it like really broke down to Lucy. She had wished, she just wished that she had maybe gotten along better with her father, but knowing that, deep down, he still loved her, was willing to do all that for her, even towards like his dying breath, that he was still there, So, and that actually does play a big part into what happens towards I guess you could say this final arc that I'll cover for today. Basically, it's called the Key of the Starry Sky arc. With everyone who was stuck on Tenro Island now coming back, trying to get back on track after the 7 years that they were stuck on the island. This girl pops up saying that she is Lucy's last remaining family member that's alive. Because at this point, her father has passed away, her mother had been passed away when she was a little girl, so she has no other family members. But apparently, this girl pops up, Michelle, I think her name was, saying that she was Lucy's like cousin or relative, or basically that she's somehow bloodly related to Lucy, saying that there was something she needed to drop off that was given to her by her father, which was like this huge key thing that they didn't know what it was. But we do find out that that people are hunting her down. They do kind of decipher what this could be. And in the end, it turns out that they were planning to use her and Lucy to enact this spell that was going to I forget what it was supposed to do. I think it was supposed to like warp time and space to however the person using it wanted to form the world, and they needed the power of a celestial wizard to do that. So Lucy, having all like, what was it, 10 of the zodiac keys, saw that she was like the good point to being the activation for the spell and all that. Oh, there was just a sad scene, seeing, she's still trying to come to terms with, oh, no, now she has no living relative left in the world, getting this relative that popped up saying that she is, them bonding throughout this whole arc, and then finding out that it was a fake, but not really. We do find out that it was actually a doll that Lucy got back in the day from, I think it was from her dad or her mom. One of them gave it to her, and that then the Ration 6 comes back, and one of them used their powers to bring the doll to life, make it believe that it really was connected to Lucy as like a sister or a relative, with the feelings of, when Lucy used to play with the doll, treat her like a sister, to like trick Lucy and to let down her guard, and them ended up using her for their ability. And you know what, I think I'll end here, but I'll give a little bit, because the whole arc doesn't really end towards until like halfway through the Grand Magic Games, where they find out that after this whole 7 years, they have this tournament to gauge who's the top guild in Fiore. Fairy Tail at this point has come in last every time, and now there's a new guild that's claimed the #1 spot since then, called Sabretooth. So they everyone decides that they're gonna join in to participate in this guild. In this tournament, to get the first spot back and get Fairy Tail back their reputation, which is actually really hard, because at this point everyone sees them as losers. Everyone's booing them and shunning them, saying that they're worthless. So it's just them getting that climb of getting back to their spot, getting back their reputation, showing everyone that they are still the Fairy Tail that they used to be, Like, I would say most people, especially for people who maybe aren't a huge fan of Fairy Tail, people love the Grand Magic Games, which I totally understand, because one, we get to see introductions to a bunch of other guilds that we probably didn't really hear from the other series. Like, I think it's like Mermaid Guild is a new one. Then there's Lamia's Guild that comes back. There's Quato Puppy or whatever that guild was called. What else? Oh, we do have one that used to be a former dark guild called Raventail. Then we have Sabretooth. We have Fairy Tail. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, Blue Pegasus. They're in there too. And just them battling it out to get the first spot. So, yeah, we're in there. So I'll definitely put Season 2 on the list, so that we can cover the next couple of arcs. So basically just finishing up the Grand Magic Games. Then there's like 3 more arcs after that in that second season. And then after that, then I'll add the third season where we'll cover the last 2 arcs of Fairy Tail. So, whew. I didn't realize I was talking for so long. It's been over an hour. Stream-wise, podcast, probably maybe like an hour. But yeah, so Oh, also there we meet 2 other Dragon Slayers that's part of Sabretooth. We meet Sting and Rogue. I forget which one is which. I think Sting is the blonde, who is a white Dragon Slayer or light Dragon Slayer. And then we meet Rogue, who is the Shadow Dragon Slayer. And we do find out that they both kind of have like strong connections to Natsu and Gajil. Kind of saw them as like role models. Really looked up to them. It's sad to see they fall so low. This is him. That was Sting, I believe. No, I think that was Sting. Rogue is the other one. But them really looking up to Natsu and Gajil, but at the same time wanting to prove themselves, believing that they are now stronger than both of the 2 people that they idolized when they were younger. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, actually I didn't mention this. We do end up meeting a girl around Wendy's age who has similar magic to her, but it's not Dragon Slayer magic. It's just something that gets introduced into the Tenro Island arc. That there are another type of magic called God Slayer magic. Natsu does end up finding someone with fire God slaying abilities. So Wendy does end up meeting a girl around her same age that has like Sky God Slayer magic or something like that. I don't remember the full title. But basically their magic are kind of similar, but kind of has like opposite effects. So she can heal, but like in a different way from how Wendy can heal. So we do see that and them kind of bonding over that. It's so good. I love Fairy Tail. I know people hate on Fairy Tail. It's the whole, oh, power of friendship, power of whatnot. But story, I believe the story's good. The characters, there's so many characters that you can love that I feel like it's impossible to really hate this anime. I love it so much. That's why it's like one of my favorites. I don't care what anyone says. I love Fairy Tail so much. But yeah, that's it for me, at least for podcast wise. Excuse me. But yeah, I do hope everyone enjoyed me talking about Fairy Tail. Like I said, I'll definitely come back and we'll do the second season, finishing up the Grand Magic games, and then covering the other 3 arcs that the second season covers. Then I'll put the third season, and then we'll cover the last 2 arcs of Fairy Tail. Cause let me tell you, them last 2 arcs were crazy. I mean, all the arcs were pretty crazy in Fairy Tail, but I would say like the last couple of arcs, especially like the last arc in season 2, and then like the last 2 arcs of the final season. Oh man, just so amazing, so good, so many twists and turns and reveals and all this. So I can't wait. I love Fairy Tail so much. I don't care what anyone says. This is one of my animes that I just love. I know it's like the same thing with like Sword Art Online. People hate Sword Art Online, but I love Sword Art. I've seen everything Sword Art Online related. I haven't even had the light novels. Trust me, if I could, I would. I would definitely get the light novels and read them. But yeah, that's it for me. I do really want to play the Fairy Tail game that's on Steam, and from my understanding, it looks like they're about to make another one. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let me go Steam. Let me bring that here. Open that. Let me see, where is it? Because I know this game originally first came out on, I think it was only on, I want to say, Switch? And then they bought it on the PC. I think other consoles as well, but I think it was originally on, like, Switch. Oh, here it is. Wow, that came out in 2020. Where is it? Second screen. Yep. This one. I want to play this game so bad. I haven't bought it yet, because one, it's a lot. And this game hardly really goes on sale. Like $60. So, but I do want it. I want this so bad. And then I've heard they're supposed to be making a second one. So I think this is supposed to cover like the Grand Magic games up to the Tartarus arc. And then the second game, I believe, is supposed to cover the last 2 arcs in the final season. So them, but yeah, I want to play this. It looks so good. As someone who's a huge Fairy Tail fan, I want to play it so badly. But, yep, that's it for me. So, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go relax, eat, and get everything ready, and then I'll be back not tomorrow, later tonight, continuing on where we left off with Batman Asylum. And we were like 60% done, so I'm not sure how much more we have left of the game. If we finish the game a bit earlier than I had planned, I'll definitely jump into one of the other Batman games. I do have the other ones. Actually, speaking of, which one's next? Let me here. Okay, next will be Batman Arkham City, and I believe I have that one. So, yep, here we go. Batman Arkham City. So that's definitely, so if we somehow end up playing the game at least to the main story completed, I definitely will jump in and we'll do Arkham Asylum just to continue on with the whole holiday theme. So, but yeah, so that's it for me today. Well, at least for now. I'll see you guys later tonight. We'll jump back into a Batman Arkham Asylum. The audio version of this will be up in just a couple of hours. And then next week we'll do our review of Vampire Night as well as our Candy Hand stream. After that, we'll spin the wheel and see what our next two podcast episodes for next month will be. But that's it for me today, or at least for now. I'll see you guys 5 hours from now. We'll be continuing on with Batman. But thank you, and I'll see you guys later tonight. Bye! I had to fix that. I don't know why I made it so small, but I had to fix it, so. Alright, yep, see you guys later. I'll see you guys around 11:30.